All right, we're live. We're live and
We are
kicking.
live, yeah.
Yo, happy Saturday, my brother.
Yes, it is Saturday. We usually record on a Sunday, but for some reason we decided Saturday.
Yeah, I vibe with it though, because to be honest, like for me, I don't. Not that it's like that much work, obviously, to just get on here and talk shit with you.
Yeah,
Apart from all the hard work that I put into preparing my radio voice, um, like Sunday, I'm usually just completely out of it in
yeah.
general. So I feel like doing stuff on Saturday, I'm okay with, and then Sunday being the full chill day. You know what I mean? I like to get
Yeah,
shit done on a Saturday. Very minimal shit,
makes
but
sense.
still, like very, very minimal shit, but still shit. You
All right. Well, we are, of course, desperate for content.
know. Yes,
Um,
baby.
and yep, so it's October, so we're carrying on the theme of mostly talking about spooky things. We have one topic today that isn't very spooky, but as we talked a lot about aliens last episode, we did talk a little bit about ghosts, but we're going to talk about ghosts after our introduction topic. So, yeah. How scared are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to talk about ghosts, pal?
Absolutely zero. I don't find ghosts scary at all. But
Okay.
but I just want to say, Halloween is my favorite time of year. I absolutely love it. I mean, autumn is the real favorite time of year. I love autumn in general. But Halloween's got a special place in my heart. I always enjoyed it since I was a kid, and having a good old time every single year with that shit.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be like now that we've also I don't know if people know we've also changed the format up and the podcast is weekly now rather than bi-weekly,
Yes, it is, yes.
which gives us more time to talk about over random shit. So we're gonna do a series of spooky episodes, I think, just to keep in with the theme of it, like
Yep.
keep scaring each other. But yeah, introductory wise, you know me, it's the boy JC back at you with the 1, 2, 3. Bugger off, opposition. I'm here. I've been doing honestly this week. I've been working the entire week. Just like
Yeah.
there's been a lot of work. It's in a good way though. It's been good busy.
Mhm.
But there's been so much work that I haven't really done much else. I've kind of just like had a lot of baths
Nice.
and just watched a lot of stuff.
Getting
I watched
luxurious.
I watched The Boys obviously yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Season finale, bloody good, bloody good. Won't say anything. Bloody
Yep.
good though.
No spoilerinos.
I won't. No spoilers,
I mean,
but
I've seen
it's
it too, but I mean, someone who's listening who might not have seen it.
it's quality.
It was. So we've also managed to start uploading the episodes to YouTube. So if that's your preferred platform to listen on, takes me a while. So, but you can probably expect it to be up at the same time as the audio podcast. But with that out the way, we can just dive in, I believe.
Oh, and also, don't forget we now have a Twitter page. We now have a Twitter page, D4C Pod, number 4, because we're cool and hip.
Nice.
Follow us on there. If you want to know when the episode goes out, always on there. Also, there's a picture of a monkey on there as well. It's pretty cool, so
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
worth it.
So our first topic of today is sort of Halloween. I made it Halloween themed by adding an extra caveat in the end. So a killer breaks into your home with a
That's the
karaoke
that's the
machine.
caveat. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, I need you to perform for me because I don't know, maybe it's a fetish thing, maybe whatever. Or I'll kill you. So it's sort of some sort of a Saturday night hen do mixed with the Saw conventions. So you've got to perform a set list of karaoke songs to his liking, or you die basically, but you get to choose the songs. So the question is, what would be your ideal set list, or what were the songs that you're confident that you could do to save your own life from this karaoke killer, we're going to call him?
Am I allowed to invite the killer up to like duo with me? Because there's some songs that I do that are more like duets than anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously his old shtick is karaoke, so I imagine he's down to help. And I believe having him as part of the songs would endear him to you and make him less likely to actually murder you, which I think I should have thought of before I picked my set list because all mine are solos. But yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right, should we do a song each? The song back and forth.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Let's back and forth it. All right. So one song that I always do at karaoke, even though my voice cannot go that high pitch, but I still think I can do it quite well,
Yeah.
is "Kiss" by Prince.
Nice.
Because for me, like, so I like karaoke. I might not be the best singer. I feel
Yeah.
like I can hold the tune though. Like even if I can't like match the pitch and
Okay.
stuff like that, I feel like I can hold the tune at least, like
All
be
right.
in tune. But for me, it's all about the showmanship. I
Mhm.
love just going fucking the balls to the wall, just showmanship. Just oh, being out there and just giving it beans.
Given the beans, of course. Yeah.
And I feel like songs like that, like Kiss, is just like oh, it's raw sexual energy. You know what I mean? Very, very out there. It's
Okay.
one of them.
Nice. So
Good feedback.
yeah, nice.
Nice.
I just don't want to think about. I'm quite a
Think
big
about
Prince
my
fan. I
gyrating
don't
hips,
want to think
guy.
about it. No. Oh, that is a strong song to start with, especially after the intro with the great shit. We love it.
God, that takes me back to that fucking Vine. Remember that Vine?
R.I.P. man.
Oh God,
Um,
R.I.P. Prince. Yeah.
so my first song, I've got to open strong in this one because the way I'm thinking if a guy's trying to kill me, um, I'm gonna have to make it an experience. Like, have to make it sort of like a concert. So I'm gonna pace it out, think about the order of the songs and stuff. So I'm gonna open strong with Shaka
Well,
Khan's hit "Through the Fire." Now, I will probably butcher it, but it's a very powerful song. It encourages people to sing along with it. It's an absolute banger. And even if he doesn't know the song, he'll recognize at least the chorus from Kanye West's hit "Through the Wire." Um, so I'm trying to play to his possible affinity for popular music while
if
still
possible, affinity.
doing doing a song that I quite enjoy. So that would be my first song, open strong, and hopefully I won't get murdered after the first song.
Good opener. Good opener. I mean, I don't understand your reason at all, but yeah, he might like pop music. So I feel
If
like he
he kills
might
me over a
enjoy
Shaka Khan song,
songs.
that if he kills me over a Shaka Khan song, then he's a homophobe. And quite frankly, I don't want to be in the same room with him anymore. So I'm glad he killed me. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that's completely fair. That's completely fair. So I can't choose 5 Prince songs. Well, I could, but I'm not gonna
I
because
mean,
that'd
you
be
could. It's not
boring.
against the
So
rules.
next song on my list is Uptown. No, that is a great song,
It
though.
is.
Oh God, I'm gonna listen to that later. I'm gonna groove around the house to that. Okay, second song. I'm gonna go with "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" by Elton John and Kiki D
Oh, amazing. A
because I love
staple
that
of
song.
karaoke.
Yeah, like that is a karaoke classic, isn't it?
It is.
I have a story about that song. So, and actually a karaoke story about that song. Look at
Oh,
that.
wow.
Perfect. Ooh. When we were in Hamburg, when I was working there, we were out doing karaoke for one of my friend's birthdays.
Yeah.
And it's one of those places where it's like they have a lot of these in Hamburg actually, which is kind of odd to me. I've never really seen it. Where it's like an open karaoke bar
Yeah.
where everybody just gets up and sings. Um, there was one we always used to go to called like the Thai Oasis.
Yeah.
And that's like a night out place though. That was like a night out karaoke bar, and I fucking loved it because it's just me, little English lad, in the middle of a fucking room packed full of people, just getting absolutely off their face, and I'm just singing like get knocked down. Everyone's fucking going nuts.
The
Great, great,
Chumbawamba.
great stuff there. But no, we were at this one place, and we signed up to do that song,
Yeah.
"Don't Go Breaking My Heart," and then they come over to us they come over to us, the person who's like running the karaoke, and he's like, "So there's another couple of guys that want to do that song. Do you mind doing it with them?" I was like, "Absolutely not. That's fine." So
Yeah.
it was these big German fellas, big bald lads that were a couple, and we
Nice.
had to like share them. So we had one of them each. So me and this one guy were two Eltons. And it was fucking class. It was so funny because these guys like they didn't really know all the English words to the
Yeah.
song, so I kept like filling in for my guy as well. It was so funny, dude. Honestly, it was so funny. Like, oh, that's a classic memory, man.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just great karaoke song. Great
Promoting
fucking
community.
karaoke song.
Let's hope the killer is a a German man who was bald and like this.
Yeah, let's hope it's a bald German guy. If like movies have taught me anything, he's probably German.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was scared when I moved to Germany. Like, this is honest to God, probably the weirdest thought that ever went through my head.
Hmm.
But I shared an apartment. I lived in the downstairs basement of a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
It used to be her psychiatrist like studio or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they converted it to a bedroom. This old man and woman, and they let me live down there. And I was scared they were going to eat me. I had I had
What?
legitimate no, I had legitimate like fears that they were going to eat me for the first week that I was there. I don't know why. I had this weird thing about it, like, yeah, they're going to eat me. Like,
Did they have any
one,
inclination? Were they saying like any
no,
weird like things
they were
like?
just old.
Okay.
They were just old. I thought they were going to eat me for my youth.
So your brain saw old German people cannibals.
Well, no, old German people, ex psychiatrist, offering up a basement room. That's what got me.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, they didn't. They gave me coffee and cake all the time. They didn't eat me.
I mean, they might have eventually eaten you. They might have
Well,
been
they might have done if I didn't leave.
kind of
No,
anesthesia.
they used to give me coffee and cake at the worst time though. Like every time I was hungover
Yeah.
on a Saturday morning, knock knock knock. It's like fucking 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm lying there. I feel like absolute shit. I've had 4 hours sleep. Oh, come upstairs. We have cake and the coffee. And I'm like, oh no, like let
I'm
me die.
dying.
Yeah, let me die. Just leave me. Go on without me. Leave it at my door, even, and I'll drag it in. No, I had to go upstairs, and I don't know if it's just the politeness in me, innate politeness. I just did it every time. It's like, man, I hate this. Like sat there at their table, like I hate this, dude.
Was it good cake or?
No, it
Oh
was like
god.
fucking like had raisins in it and shit. It's like
Oh
Christmas cake,
god.
but not at Christmas.
Disgusting.
I know. I ate like a tiny bit, and I was just like, I'm not really hungry because I felt fucking mean.
The thing is, last Christmas, give you my heart. No, but seriously,
I'll say something.
we made a Christmas cake for some of Laura's relatives, and it smells absolutely amazing. You put the brandy on the top, smells even better. But Jesus Christ, you couldn't pay me to eat that shit. It's just dried fruit just mashed together.
What what's dried fruit mashed together?
Christmas cake.
Christmas cake.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's just gross. It's just like
Yes.
there's no benefit to Christmas cake. There's no upside to it.
I
It
mean,
feels like it
get you
feels
five a day
almost
in one
like
mouthful. I think that's it.
yeah, it feels like almost as if like someone set that up and someone made that. It's like, yeah, it's a really nice day. Like maybe some like really religious dude. It's like, it's a nice day. You're all enjoying it, but you need a little bit of penance. You
Yeah.
need to like flagellate yourself a little bit with this fucking disgusting cake. Like, think about Jesus. Like,
To be honest, I think both Christmas cake, fruit cake, and gingerbread, which is controversial, they're all. I think in the past they were all punishments for children, but over time people forgot they were a punishment, just associated them with children. So it was like, let's buy a child this gingerbread man, and they're fucking disgusting.
yo, what?
I hate gingerbread. It
Dude,
tastes
no,
so bad.
gingerbread man is like you lost me there. I
Uh,
love gingerbread man,
I
dude. I
hate.
don't like gingers, but I love gingerbread man.
Oh, I see how it is. Do you know how gutting it is being a ginger person and hating the taste of ginger, the thought of it being anywhere near me, like just
How many times have people bought you gingerbread men and made a joke about it?
not never.
Really?
It's usually like nobody's bought me them, but like the confectionery people usually make jokes about it. It's like ginger snaps. Um,
Do you want one of you? Yeah.
no, it's like people have do you want ginger snaps? They just say no for hobnobs. You got any knobs that could eat, mate?
Do
And
like
they
a
usually
hobnob.
back down. But anyway, back to our topic.
Back to karaoke.
So it started strong with the Shaka Khan's "Beautiful Through the Fire." Now I'm going to take him to the country. Now the next song I would do is the hit song "It Keeps You Running," Carly Simon's version. The karaoke machine may only have the Michael McDonald version, but I will sing
Doobie
it
Brothers.
exactly in the cadence of Carly Simon because it's a very because she manages to make it quite a somber song, and we all love a bit of emotional country, and she gives it that country flavor. And a lot of people are turned off by country music because of the popular shit that's like, oh, I have a truck, I like to drink beer. Whereas the real country shit's always about like I'm running from my problems, everything is bad, I don't fear death. That's true country. My wife left me for a possum, all that good shit. Like, so I'm trying to get the full spectrum of emotion, trying to appeal to whatever humanity is still left inside of this killer. But knowing my luck, he'll be Michael Myers type and there'll be no humanity left. So my second song would be It Keeps You Running by Carly Simon specifically.
I see. I fuck with country,
I do as well.
but I fuck more with the opposite side of country to what you were saying.
Oh, damn.
Like,
Well, you better call the law and all that.
I not that stuff, not that like fucking all that shit where it's like I'm a rough, tough American man. No, none of that. I like the stuff where it's like that ice cold beer never broke my heart. Shit like that. Like
Okay,
like heartbroken cowboys singing about beer. That's I vibe with that. I like that.
fair
Or
enough.
like when they just sing about farming or some shit. Like I'm
Oh,
fine
that's
with that.
fine. But it's always like you can tell where it's pop country because they specifically talk about the brand of truck that they've just bought. It's like you were paid to make this song.
Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
never farmed a day in your goddamn
You're
life.
not a real country boy,
Have
are
you
you?
even met a cow?
Oh, that's a classic though. Cause I'm a country boy. I got a 4-wheel drive. Stuff
Great.
like that, just like yeehaw. I could sit on a porch and fucking drink a bottle of ice cold beer.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff.
I quite
Right.
enjoy Orville Peck, that alternative
Yeah, I fuck
sad
with
boy
Orville Peck.
country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like sad
pretty good.
cowboy, right?
Yep,
I
songs
fuck
about
with the sad
drag
cowboy.
queens and shit. Real good shit.
Yeah, that's some real good shit. Real good shit, bro.
So, what's your next song, pal?
All right, so track 3, I'm gonna bring it into a little bit more like of a fun party like atmosphere here, right?
Nice.
But I'm keeping it old school for now.
Okay.
I feel like old school tracks are the best karaoke tracks because there's for some reason like there's more likelihood that people know them, you
Yeah.
know? Like I feel like people like music from the sort of like the 80s especially is
Yeah.
just so well known.
Yeah, late 70s, 80s, prime karaoke years. Just before you announce your third song, I think we were thinking the exact same thing going into the third song, and you'll see from my choice, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I want to bring it back a bit because I feel like I've had a couple of tunes that have been like I mean Kiss is very sexual party song.
Yes.
But then, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, it's very like let's be friends. Or
Yeah.
like let's love each other.
Yep.
So I'm going to go on that sort of same vibe but a little bit more party. So let's love each other, but let's love each other physically again.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go for 8675309 Jenny by
Nice.
Tommy Two Tone
Okay.
because that's a beat.
It
That
is.
is a beat. It's a sexy beat. It's one of those like sexy rock songs.
Mhm.
Like yeah, I'm about it. I'm about it. Get everybody like swigging Jack Daniels at the back.
Well, I mean, it's just going to be you and the killer, so he's going to be the one wasted.
Get him swigging Jack Daniels in the back. Like pop in a fucking tent. Like
Jesus.
like I think everybody knows or has known an attractive Jenny in their lives. Everybody has. I feel like that's one thing that like I've had this conversation with people before, and I'm pretty sure it's true. I don't know if it's true for you, but it's true. It's definitely true for me.
Well, I think the aim with those songs is is they'll pick names that are like the most popular at that time, so the
Oh
chances
yeah,
of it being
absolutely.
true.
Like
Let's just try
yeah,
to do
that's
a
the thing
catch-all net
because
thing.
yeah, like I mean you'd never find like 8675309 Gary, for example.
Yeah.
You would be singing about Gary's.
I mean, as much as I would like to argue back against that, Like when you think about famous Garys, like the only really attractive one I can think of off the top of my head is Gary Barlow, and even then, like to me personally, he's not very
Yeah,
attractive. But he
I
was in a
mean,
boy band, I guess. So
I'm, I mean, my name though, I'm James, aren't I? So they don't really, no one really sings about Jameses. It tends to just be Jameses that sing,
yeah,
like James Blunt and James, the, the artist
James
James.
Blake, I think that's another one.
James Blake is also, yeah, James Blake's great. But side note, have you seen what James Blake looks like nowadays?
Nope, I don't even know what he
Because
looked like beforehand. So
like I don't know, James Blake used to be a very and all respect for doing what you want, like with your look or whatever, you know.
yeah,
Um, but James Blake always looked kind of like just a normal bloke, and he's gone blonde now, but almost like white blonde,
yeah,
and it's just a bit of a shit lid. It's just doesn't look
got
great.
it when you lid shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was going out with Jamila Jamil
I thought
as
they were
well.
married.
That they might be. Um, she's attractive, but she posts some weird shit.
Yeah,
Did you see that pubes thing recently? I don't know what that was about.
yeah, I saw that. That was weird.
Yeah, I kind of get the point that
Yeah.
that you're trying to make here, but I wish you didn't make it in that way. It's
No,
like,
it's fine if
yeah,
that's like the
those are
sense of
my
humor and
pubes.
stuff like that. But like everything I knew, like the posts from them previously were just absolutely just not that. So Taylor just turned it in a completely new direction. But regardless, my next
What?
song,
No pubes. Let's keep going.
in the same vein, I'm trying to
Go
get the
on.
party started, even though the party should have started with Shaka Khan, arguably. So I'm going Hot Blooded by Foreigner. An absolute
That's a
stormer,
good tune.
an absolute just banger, and it's gonna get them right in that place in everyone's heart that they cannot run from and they cannot deny. When the dad rock starts playing, and everyone's like, "Oh fucking hell, it's Bon Jovi" or whatever's playing. I cannot stand Bon Jovi, but if you put on a Bon Jovi song, I can't fight it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. Like I don't fuck with Bon Jovi, right? But I know Bon Jovi songs. I know
Yeah.
all the fucking words to Bon Jovi songs.
It's the same with like the Killers and Mr. Brightside. I don't dislike the Killers, but I just never listen to them. But I know every word to Mr. Brightside.
Oh yeah, I hate that song, but whenever you go out, they're there. It's there.
Yeah.
And it's the same with stuff like fucking I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. It's like all shit like
Great
that.
shit.
Like I was actually a pretty good one for myself there. I'm quite proud of
Pretty good.
myself
We should
for
record that, lay that down, do a cover.
that. Yeah.
Hey,
Ending
drop
song.
it next week.
Well, let's do karaoke every week. Fuck spooky shit. Let's just talk about karaoke. This is now a karaoke podcast. We'll sing a song each at the end.
Jeez. I don't think we are legally allowed to do that.
I don't think so. I think I'm probably going to get DMCA'd for that very, very accurate Bon Jovi that I just did.
Playing the actual song, clearly. All right.
That's identical.
Your next song, Mr. Campbell.
I mean, so it's really, really tough. Because there's a few modern songs that I would want to do,
Yep.
but there's also like I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult because I feel like classic songs, like we're talking about, like old songs, tend to be the best for this stuff. Like I
Okay.
don't know. I just think they are probably like the best songs for karaoke because they're fun, they're poppy, you know, they get everybody going and people know them. And now that you've put the killer in the room, you know, like I was gonna do like a Charlie XCX song or some shit, but I don't think the killer would be down with it. I think he'd be like, bro,
I think he
I,
might be.
I don't know the words. You know what I mean? I don't know the words to this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keeping the vibes up.
Okay.
Um, and do something that for some reason I do know most of the words to.
Yep.
That's 21 Seconds by So Solid Crew.
Excellent. A modern
I'm gonna keep
classic.
the vibes up with that because So Solid Crew, it's a party track.
Yep.
It's very family friendly rap.
Of course.
In in most cases. Like I don't know, I've done rap songs at karaoke before, and I have a lot of fun doing it because I know a lot of words to a lot of rap songs and stuff, right?
Yeah,
The problem with rap songs is sometimes you can choose a rap song that is very explicit,
yeah,
um, and you just like there's so many words that you just have to skip,
yeah.
right? Like, and it just becomes like a like you just
Especially
it,
if you're
you
doing it at a kid's birthday party.
yeah, like you just have to skip stuff, and a lot of karaoke machines also do skip explicit words themselves,
Yeah,
or they change the words, and I'm not about that. If I know it says fuck, I'll sing fuck. All right,
yeah.
I'm not about that at all. But I think 21 Seconds, So Solid Crew, it's a good track.
It
It's a
is.
good party track. We're talking if this is a British killer. If it's not a British killer, I'm fucked. I'm
Well, I don't
dead.
think he'd
They don't.
travel all the way overseas just to murder.
I mean, maybe he would. This podcast is worldwide. Maybe
It
I've
is.
pissed somebody off.
It is.
You
Yeah.
know,
Half our listener base is from America. So.
maybe I've pissed someone off, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be my track four. The
Nice.
track four, yeah, track four.
Yeah. All right. So I've gone in a completely different direction on my track four.
Go on.
I'm thinking he's coming in. He's brandishing a knife. I don't know what type of upbringing he has, but if he's into knives and he's into the whole aesthetic of like blood and stuff, there's a chance at one time this man was an emo. So I'm going to go with Unholy Confessions by Avenged Sevenfold. It's equal
What?
parts whinging about not being loved by a woman, and it's also hype as shit. Um, because it's just an unrelenting chug from start to finish, with some beautiful harmonies, a little bit of lulls after the chorus just to soothe his angsty heart, and it also brings me back to a place of comfort in my teenage years. So if I am to die, I'm sort of revisiting my own mortality as we go.
That's a very wild choice for a karaoke song.
It is, but I've also done it on karaoke before, so I know I can nail it.
Wish I could be the one. Dude, I used to play that a lot when we were younger.
Great.
Me and my friend for like music GCSE, we did chapter four
Oh, okay.
as a duet together, like both playing guitar. That was fun.
Great shit.
That was fun. My friend. This was at the point in my life where I think a lot of people have had this, where you get into a hobby with your friends, but one of your friends is just immaculate at this hobby. Like they're just beyond everybody else, and it's
I
like
was never
okay,
that friend.
that was yeah. Like I mean, like with me with sex and dating, I was always the one that was a little bit further ahead than everyone else, you know. Um,
One of
and
my friends was the guitarist. The other one was an artist. I was the sex man.
I was the sex haver. I was the one with the best drip. No, I was just like I was the worst. I was like the worst of everyone in everything. But
Jesus.
I had this one friend who's like my best friend in high school. We used to play guitar together. We had like a little band with his brother,
Yep.
and another one of our friends. And every time we would play something or get into like we'd get into a band together, like as a group, you know, we'd start listening to music and we'd share it and we'd all start getting into the same band or whatever.
Yep.
When we got into Event Sevenfold, I remember we were learning stuff like that together at the time. I was taking my time. I was like, yeah, I'll learn this rhythm guitar bit. And then like a week later, my mate's uploading videos to his fucking YouTube channel, and it's like Sidewinder cover, and he's just there like fucking going ham on this little acoustic
Yeah.
guitar. I'm like, what are you doing? It's been a week. You're putting us all to shame, my friend. All of us.
Great shit.
Oh, that's it.
I believe it.
That is a tune, though. To be fair.
So yep, that's my
Um.
fourth. What is your fifth?
So, right, it was a toss up here, right? It was a toss up. I mean, I honestly every time you ask me, I would probably completely redo this list. Just because
Naturally, yeah.
this is the nature of karaoke.
It is, yeah.
Like you feel like something would be great, and then it just yeah,
You'll see
and
something
then
on the
next
track list and you're like, oh, that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you think something would be fantastic, and you keep going through. I do this all the time, where I'm sat on the fucking karaoke machine at the place. Like, okay, queue up, I'll do that one, and you keep going through, and you're like, oh fuck, no, delete. Like, there's this one. This one's here.
Yeah.
So this one I was thinking is a toss up between "Perfect Gentleman" by Wyclef Jean, but
Okay.
I decided to drop that
Mhm.
and go for a fucking ballad. And it's a bit of a long one,
Okay.
but it's probably one of the only songs I like by this guy. It's Everything Louder Than Everything Else by Meatloaf,
Okay.
right? Not a big fan of the loaf in general.
Yeah, he's a Republican.
Yeah, he's not a great fella, but
Yeah.
that song is a good song.
Yeah. No, he's got some bangers. We
That
can't
is a
take
good
that away from
ballad. It's a nice like. Plus, it's also I think it's also quite poetic. If I'm for my last song, if he doesn't like it and I am gonna die, singing about like wasted youth and stuff like that.
him. Yeah.
Like maybe this is the end of the road for me. But hey, at least I had a good party whilst I was still here. All right.
Nice.
God, that's fucking deep. That's deep right there. That's deep. Write that in your fucking memoirs of me. Right.
Why am
Get
I
that in
writing
there.
memoirs of you?
I don't know, because maybe you're gonna die because you chose an Avenged Sevenfold song for karaoke. I don't fucking know.
Grow up. Avenged Sevenfold are amazing. R.I.P. the Red. Anyway,
Uh,
so
oh yeah, he did that, didn't he?
he did. Yes, I saw him. Saw them live
Christ,
on the last tour before he died. So
that's mental,
glad
that
to
isn't it?
see
It's a
him in
long time
spirit.
ago.
Yep. So
Yeah,
my fifth song is going to be the monolithic, the unstoppable "Swim Good" by Frank Ocean.
great song.
I've got to end on just the soundtrack to my sort of formative years. A lot of people think their teenage years are the formative years. And while that is biologically true, I didn't come into my own until like from ages 19 to about 23. Did a
Oh,
lot
I
of
totally
learning.
agree.
I was exposed to a lot of new cultures and everything. It was really cool. And throughout that time, I listened to Frank Ocean, and "Swim Good" is probably one of my favorite songs by him for karaoke. At least it's not my favorite song, full stop. But yeah, so I'm gonna hit him with the "Swim Good," maybe make him cry, and then hopefully I will not die when the set is done. But yeah, that's my fifth song, "Swim Good" by Frank Ocean.
Funnily enough, right? Um, I also had a very similar experience because I do like Frank Ocean. And I started listening to him roughly around the same time, I think. Like I feel like my formative years, my early 20s. Like
Yeah,
absolutely. I
yeah,
think once I got through the like I went to live in Germany
yeah.
after university.
With those cannibals, yeah,
Yeah, it was a cannibals and stuff. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like after that was really when it was sort of like, like towards the end of that was when I'd started forming properly. Like when I started to understand like who I was, what I wanted to do,
yeah.
and all that stuff. Like because I was a big like metalhead kid when I was younger, and for some reason, I feel like a lot of us do this in our teens. We're just sort of like, yeah, that's me. I am this stereotype. I love metal and Warhammer, and that's it. And
Absolutely.
then you sort of, you start growing and you start changing. But yeah, I feel you on that. Great song, by the way. Great song.
Thank you.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Frank song?
Whip Appeal, um, which isn't on any album. And I'm not saying that to be like,
Look
oh,
at
I don't
this.
like one that's on the album. I'm indie, me.
One that's on the B sides.
Because it came out between like Nostalgia Ultra and Channel Orange. So he put it on his Tumblr, I think, and it was just great. And subtracted an edit of it, and that was great as well. So I was under the impression it was going to be on Channel Orange, and it never was. It was just something he dropped. The same with the song he did for the to Django Unchained. Um, that never got on any of his albums. And funnily enough, it never got into the film either because Quentin Tarantino was like, I asked for the song, yeah, but I couldn't find a way to slot it in. And then do you know when it eventually did get used?
One.
On an Eminem directed film called Southpaw starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It was on the end
Really?
credits. Yes.
Christ.
It was a good film.
That's a wild one.
Um,
I really Blonde was really my first like full Frank experience. Like I listened to some stuff off Channel Orange when I was like, growing up, I guess. I say growing up. Like yeah, when I was 5, I was listening to Channel Orange. Um my parents got it from the void for me. No, like when I was like in my early 20s and shit, like I listened to Pyramids a lot. Like I really like that
Very
song.
slaps.
Really, really, really like that song. Um, but Blonde was when I really got into Frank Ocean. You know, I listened to the whole thing. I was like, this fucking slaps. Like this whole album
Mhm.
slaps. Like it's just great. And all the little facts and features about it. Like I was looking into like for Self Control, for example, Young Lean is on that song.
Yep.
Young Lean is the like chorus vocals, like backing vocals on the chorus,
Hmm.
and it's little bits like that I loved, like little like bits of trivia. Like, yeah, I got this one very famous person to do a single line, like
Yeah.
in the song, you know.
See, I miss stuff like that. Like, because now it's like every Bond's album's like, oh, this is a song featuring whatever, so you can sort of know that they're in there. But Blonde didn't have any of that. There's a couple of artists that do that still. But like,
Mm.
I remember being in my early teens and hearing Colony of Birchmen by Mastodon. And I was like,
That's a
I
great song.
swear to God, that sounds like Josh Holmes from Queens of the Stone Age on the chorus. And then I Googled it and it was. I was like, holy shit. Nobody told
Hunt for ogres and dwarfs. It's proper like
me.
fantasy rock, isn't it?
Proper paint your Warhammer to it.
Yeah,
Um,
Lion Slicer.
yeah.
That's a
But,
fucking great tune.
no, I was into Frank since well, I wouldn't say the beginning because he used to work for Def Jam beforehand and like write songs as another pseudonym. I think it was Lonnie Brew or something, Lonnie Brew or whatever. But like just when he was turning into Frank Ocean, he dropped Nostalgia Ultra in about 2010, 2011. Can't remember which, but it's like from there because I was one of those nerds that was like really into Odd Future and shit like that. Um, but I've always been like more inclined to like R&B and like Motown and stuff. So when I figured out that one of Odd Future was doing that sort of shit, I was like, I'll staple myself to that guy, and haven't looked back since.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is that I was into Odd Future as well. I think a lot of us were into Odd Future when we were in high school and shit,
Yeah,
but or college even. But yeah, I never really listened to the individual members until like later, you know,
yeah.
like until much later on.
Oh, I consumed all of that stuff. Me and my friends loved it. It's part of the reason why TGS started because there was so many people like him, like Odd Future, like Tyler, um, that whole collective, and then you had like Denzel Curry and like Space Ghost Perp and everyone just like doing shit and just making music and like posting it on Tumblr and then getting big. So we were like, yeah, fuck it, we can make music together, and that's sort of like what inspired us. Same with like ASAP. Pardon me, ASAP Mob. Just want to know, I still have a cough, but still nothing to worry about. But yeah, like it was just at that time with the whole mixtape culture, and everyone had a Tumblr and like a Twitter and stuff like that. And Little B was still in that stage of like, is this guy serious? Is he not? What a time to be alive.
I love Lil B. I was super into Lil B as well. Like it from like both a comedy standpoint and I think this guy's really cool point.
Yeah.
Like in college and stuff, me and my friends were super into it.
I remember how big Wonton Soup was. Like it was everywhere. Like,
Oh my god, bass god.
uh, but yeah, speaking
Oh
of,
god, that bass god.
speaking of God,
Yeah.
relating to the afterlife, segueing down into ghosts.
Good karaoke segment, by the way. I enjoyed that.
Okay, thank you. I like to be recognized. I like to toot my own horn. Okay, so for our Halloween topic this week, ghosts. First
Yeah.
off, do you believe in ghosts?
See, I don't. I don't.
Wow, really shot my
I
tires there, pal.
I think what would you call it? I think ghosts like are just something that people manifest from grief and shit.
Yeah,
Like I feel like when people say I've seen a ghost, I don't doubt that they have seen something, but I don't think it's like a paranormal entity. You know, I feel like it's like a hallucination from the brain created by like grief or like just some sensory overload. You know,
okay.
like I don't think they're like actual paranormal. Like you know, I don't think if I die, I'm going to be walking around the hallways like ooh, and like once every fucking 50 years, I'll appear slightly in the background of a photo or something.
Yeah. See, I would be aligned with that thinking. Usually, logically, it makes sense. But the thing that gets me is like people seeing ghosts in situations where they feel absolutely fine, and it's something like not related to the night. They'll see some really old timey dude walking down a hallway, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Because obviously that's not brought up by grief or whatever. I am of the opinion that I don't know. I think there's a chance because I always like to keep myself open to things like this. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, astrology shit and all that stuff or any superstition stuff because that sort of shit is fun. Like, I don't want to take away people's fun in the world, trying to find like magic where there isn't any, or maybe there is. I don't know. Um, so I think there's a chance ghosts are real. Um, I have had some experiences with ghosts, or what I believe might have been ghosts. We had this small, like, shitty kid's keyboard growing up, me and my brother. And if we left it upstairs and with no one around it or whatever, not even the dogs going upstairs, it would sometimes play itself, which was pretty creepy. And it
That
wasn't
is
one of those.
creepy.
It wasn't one of those ones that had a function where you press a button, it would play a sequence and stuff. And it was obviously it wasn't playing the fucking Phantom of the Opera theme, but it was just like a couple of notes here and there. Um, and yeah, so it was just like creepy things like that that I can't explain. I don't know if it was just like the actual toy itself. Maybe it had a defect every now and then, like one of the pins that um, like set off the noise was just rubbing against it in like certain conditions, like with expanding with the heat or like contracting in the colder climates and stuff like that. But it was always like little 3 or 4 note bursts, and it was pretty creepy. So yeah, like I'm still very much on the fence. Also, I'd probably be more open to the idea that like ghosts are created through like scientific phenomenon, like just some strange energy beings and shit that come together because like conditions are right. Like you see stuff in like the universe with like nebulas and shit and like how they just form and whatever. So I don't even think ghosts need to have like sentience. Just need to be some sort of weird astral thing that just pop up.
See, yeah, I mean, I would like it if they were real, you know,
Yeah,
but like, like if they were like fucking like if I could be a Ghostbuster or some shit, I'd do it.
yeah,
I'd absolutely do it, you know. But yeah, I understand. I understand where you're coming from with that. I understand where you're coming from with that. I do enjoy, however, I enjoy ghost content.
yeah,
Like, even though I might not be like, I don't really believe in ghosts. I don't really think ghosts are real or whatever. Um, I do think that ghost content, like paranormal investigators and all this shit, ghost hunting, like those YouTube videos where it's like 10 real ghosts caught on camera. Even if they're clearly not actually ghosts or whatever, I like that shit. I like
yeah.
watching that stuff. I really do.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to out and out say I don't believe they're real because like it's just like stuff like that. Even if like somebody came up to me tomorrow and was like, "Here's a scientific mathematical equation that proves that ghosts simply cannot exist in our universe," I'm like, okay, but I kind of don't want to know that because like I just want
Yeah,
to know the magic
I feel
still.
you. I feel you because it's kind of boring, right?
Yeah,
Like I kind of the reason I like supernatural shit is I just find it interesting. I find it fun.
yeah,
Like horror and horror movies, horror villains, monsters and shit is fun to me. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. It's interesting, you know. And um, I think we've all sort of like daydreamed or imagined this stuff being real, or like you
yeah.
know whether it's ghosts or like you walk around the street and you're like, oh, imagine if like I could fly right now or some shit. Everyone's done that, right?
Mhm.
It's not just me.
Yeah,
Everybody's done that. I think
and
everyone's
like
been there.
everyone has like that thought of like, oh, maybe I should go to a pottery class. Maybe Patrick Swayze will appear and hold me in his big strong arms and
Yeah,
part with me.
get that ghost dick.
Yeah. But it's stuff.
Spectral cock and balls.
But the thing that interests me that I've never experienced personally is like just malicious ghosts and stuff. Like when people move into a house and they pay, like, why would you pay that much money to then lie about it being haunted? You know what I mean? When people like say, "Oh, we have to move out.
Yeah,
We're just getting plagued by ghosts or whatever," and like poltergeists are throwing shit at our heads and stuff. Like, what do they? There
like
must
I
be something
like
to it.
No, that's the weird thing to me. Is just like from my perspective, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that was just people being like just off the rails or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if that was just people sort of just having these like manifestations or whatever. But you never fucking know. You never fucking know.
So that brings me on to my next question. If ghosts were real and you were, I don't know, hit by a bus, crushed by a falling piano,
Mm,
shot by some guy who thought you were John Lennon,
I am.
uh, um, what would
Right.
you
Well, that's the podcast done for this week.
what would you do? Like
What if I was a
if you were
ghost?
a ghost, yeah, what would you be doing?
I don't know because like I feel like ghosts can't have any fucking fun.
What do you mean?
Like, how can you have fun if you can't like? Okay, listen, there are some very enjoyable things in life. Some of which, like the big ones, are eating, fucking drinking, and I don't mean just like drinking booze. I mean like drinking fucking. I
Yeah,
just love drinks in general. I love me some good liquid.
yeah,
Cooming
yep, Cumin, yep,
and just like social interaction as a whole.
okay,
These things are just constantly good shit, right? Like always, not always good, but you always have a great coom, but it's always stuff that you can only do if you exist physically. Like I feel like if I'm a ghost, I'm just gonna get bored as shit real quick. Because I would absolutely just haunt the shit out of people I hate. I would just go and fuck with them.
yeah.
Like 100%. I just go fuck with people I hate. Like just ruin their lives. Absolutely. I don't know, maybe just throw some things around for a bit. Like, whip up a real little whirlwind of some fucking Starbucks cups or something. I don't know, but like beyond that, I think I'd get bored quick. I'd be like, well, is this it then? Am I just here to torment people forever? Because
Oh no,
even though I love, the
let
idea.
me rejigger the example.
Go on.
Say like you're a ghost, but you have the option to walk into the light or to hell, whichever. I don't know. Like there is, you can just exit at any time and go to like whatever afterlife there is. But I'm saying if you had time on Earth, what would you do? So you don't have to worry about getting bored. If you got bored, you could just hop in the pool and go meet, I don't know, whatever afterlife.
Um, I don't, yeah, I mean, I probably would. I think a lot of people would do this. I would probably just actually that all. This is also a question. I don't know. What would you call it? If this makes any sense to you, but how do you travel as a ghost? Like, I know you're a ghost, but like, can you just like appear in different parts of the world or what?
I know you'd probably still have to travel and like float places.
Yeah, but like would I float across the water and shit?
You would, but it would be incredibly boring.
Like, how fast would I float?
Just I imagine just walking pace, wouldn't you?
That would be terrible then. Why would you ever want to be a ghost? Fuck that. Get me to the afterlife immediately. I'm done.
All right.
I like because my enemies don't live anywhere near me. The people I hate don't live anywhere near me.
See what I would do.
I tell you what I would do. I would go to fucking Malaysia, right? I would appear in Ian Miles Chong's house, and I would just float around and just go, "You live in Malaysia," every now and again in the background. That's what
Okay.
I'd do. I go to Piers Morgan's house and just like fucking knock every single bottle of HP sauce that he buys on the floor. Oh, my best of British. They'll just knock it off.
Jesus. Well, my plans aren't as I don't know petty as that.
I'm very petty. I just abuse gammons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I was like going about a business as a ghost now, encountered a gammon or whatever, I'd obviously have to fuck with them. But I think what I would do is just use that time of unrestricted, just an intangibility, to just go everywhere I ever wanted to visit. Like just hop on, and obviously I wouldn't want to walk overseas and stuff. So I just like experience what it was like to like go somewhere on a fancy cruise ship and then make it a ghost boat, like all that stuff. It's just like go to places, like or try and go to like just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like just see like 1 minute I could be in the countryside of England, Lake District, just enjoying the lakes. Then I'm in the arse end of nowhere in like southern Japan where they have those really cool houses where
Yeah,
they're
but
all
you just
built.
told me you have to float.
What do you mean?
You just told me you have to take walking distance floating. So how the fuck are you going to get from the UK to Japan?
On a plane?
How
On
can
a
you fly
boat?
or ghost? You go through the fucking floor. Would you not?
I mean, I guess, but like, I'm pretty sure ghosts could probably attach themselves to just whatever they're haunting. So I just have to haunt the plane, wouldn't it?
And then yeah, and then like okay, so you can kind of like attach to objects and shit. So
Yeah,
you can
which brings me to like my
okay.
next point after I finish up this one. But I think the problem with traveling around the world and seeing all the nice things would be knowing that I was a ghost and I was dead. I couldn't enjoy things like when I said I could go like the south of Japan with those like really cool houses that are like built into like a lake system, and they like just they do like really cool shit like wash their plates in like the river because they've got like fish in there that eat like all the stuff off the plate,
That's wild.
make it clean. Yeah, I can't remember what documentary it was. It was on Netflix, and like it's also surrounded by like loads of like fields that are really fertile, and the water's just clear, and it's such a beautiful place. I just want to see places like that. But the problem with that is it me being a ghost and not being able to feel stuff, and the fact that I was once alive, so I know what I'm missing out by not like enjoying like the sea breeze, like not being able to feel the clear water, or like the little fish nibbling at me and stuff like that. It's just like,
Yeah, that's what I was like thinking when you were saying that,
but
and it kind of ties back to what I was saying.
even worse than that, with like moving on the vein of like being able to haunt stuff and things, like I think we live in a time where it is really shitty to be a ghost. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
what I would do, like ideally, I'd be able to be a ghost and then travel in time because I'd just travel all the way back to like the medieval times and just attach myself to some like king's weapon or some shit and make it like,
Yeah, like a suit of armor or something, you know?
yeah, and like make it like some turbo weapon and be like, ah ha ha, look at me, I'm an artifact now, lads, and like just create myself some like importance within history and some law,
Yeah,
and
like
like,
nowadays, what you can attach yourself to,
yeah,
like
like
a fucking a live, laugh, love
you
sign.
can't attach yourself to a weapon these days because one, they're a gun, and guns aren't very good in terms of mythical weapons. You can't attach yourself to the actual bullets that kill people because they're one and done type thing. It's like, what am I meant to do?
But like, if you, I guess the most fun you could have attaching to like an object in someone's house nowadays would be, you know, those little signs that everybody buys that they can rearrange the letters on,
Yeah,
like the ones that every fucking small business has.
absolutely.
And basically every single person who lives in England probably has one at this point. But you could attach yourself to that and rearrange the letters and just put like spunk lol or something like that. That could be funny. That could be funny. Like someone comes downstairs. It said live, laugh, love. Why does it say spum junkie?
Why does it
Why is
say
it saying
welcome to the cum zone?
that? Yeah, like that could be funny. But what you say ties back to like what I was saying before as well. Like, I feel like a lot of the best things are human just feelings that you can only feel as like a physical entity, right? Like, it would be cool to see that stuff. It'd be cool to like go to different places as a ghost and see shit and be able to just float around and just go places and see things without any effort or whatever. Um, but yeah, you couldn't experience it. Like even this sounds so fucking cliche. Even shit like sitting there and just like enjoying the air, enjoying the fresh air, and enjoying the view. Like you'd be enjoying the view, but you wouldn't feel shit. You'd just be there.
Yeah,
And I kind of, oh god, that sounds kind of painful, doesn't it?
that would be
Like this
depressing.
weird purgatory where you can't feel anything. Like oh,
But, and I've just thought of an amazing thing of like, and I might be pushing the boundaries of what it means to attach to something to haunt it. But what if you
you've
haunt
just given me an idea.
what if I haunt the liquid in somebody's vape pen so that every time they blow out a cloud, I make it look like a scary ghost to go
Ooh, well, that'd
every
be
time they
cool. See, I thought you were going to go the direction that I just thought of a second ago when you were saying that too.
of
Can I attach myself to a skeleton
course you can. It's an object.
and just become a skeleton then? Because being a skeleton would be way more fun.
It would be hilarious. Are
Yeah,
we
being a
talking like
skeleton.
a proper skeleton, like to reanimate from a graveyard, or like just terrorizing some kids by attaching yourself to the anatomy skeleton in that classroom?
Well, the thing is, I feel like attaching yourself to a regular skeleton would be like obviously spookier because
Yeah,
it's probably got like a load of dirt on it, and it's probably decaying a bit.
mm,
But if you attach yourself to like an anatomy skeleton, then you're gonna be tougher, right?
that's true.
Like it's harder. You'd be able to like roam the fucking streets as skeleton. Well, that'd be the fun shit. That'd be what I would do. But I wonder how would people deal with that? How would like the government and shit deal with that? Would they just like grab you and put you in a fucking like I don't know jail? Like
I
you're going to jail, skeleton.
I'd probably just destroy your body.
Yeah, yeah, they probably would just destroy it, wouldn't they? That'd be weird though. Imagine that. It's like public news, like a fucking anatomy skeleton getting like dissolved.
I don't think it would make it to the news.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
I think they'd cover it up.
That I don't think they could cover it up nowadays. I think if I was running around in the streets as a skeleton, there's no way I'd get covered up.
I would just say, "Oh, I was just an advanced puppeteering thing."
Everyone would have fucking mobile cameras on it immediately.
Yeah, but then nobody would think it was real. Like the way technology is at the moment, you're never really sure.
Okay, what if I did that, but then I like I don't know, punch someone in the face?
Looked punch someone in the face and look directly down one of the camera phones and say, "I am not a puppet."
Yeah, this is not a prank. This is not a YouTube prank. This is real. And then I just sort of like gyrate above them. I just gyrate my little skeleton ass around. That would be fun. Just being like an evil skeleton, but a very flamboyant evil skeleton, you
You
know?
see very low stakes evil as well.
Yeah, like I just commit very petty crimes, and then like every time someone sees me do a crime or whips out a camera phone or whatever, I just start gyrating. I just like in one place, just gyrating, just chilling, and that would be my like calling card. Like, oh,
Ah,
have you seen the gyrating skeleton? Like
see,
he's around.
but like it opens up so much more fun if you can attach yourself to objects and manipulate them and stuff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like imagine just like going to the Champions League final and just
Be in the
holding the
ball.
ball. It's just ruining everyone's day.
Just be in the ball. That would be fucking well funny.
God.
It's just like it's going towards the goal. He's like, "Whoop.
I don't
No, I'm
think
not going this way." God, that would be funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's whatever the boundaries are of it. Like I don't know, ghosts. When it comes to like ghost films and stuff like that, I think it's scary when it's like aggro ghosts.
yeah,
Not when it's just like a ghost.
because you
When
can't
it's
punch ghosts in the dick if they're being.
yeah, that's the thing. Right? If it's a ghost that's like throwing knives at you or some shit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
making your furniture fly towards you and trying to crush you with it. You can't
yeah.
fucking do anything about it. You just have to run away.
Mhm.
Like that's the scary shit. But then it also depends. Like is the ghost just attached to the house? Like does it just have to stay there? Just say, "Ah, fuck that, I'm out." Like I'm going. See you, and he can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah.
Or can it follow you? Can it follow you all the way?
Yeah, and what if it's like just what if it's not actually a ghost? What if it's just a being that doesn't have like a physical form in like this world? I think that's the plot to the hit film Poltergeist. How like the other
God, that
worlds
is
in the
weird.
TV,
That
like ugh.
yeah, what if it's not ghost? What if it's just an invisible person? You don't know it though.
I think it'd be easier to tell if it was an invisible person because then you could just like throw sand or something over him and then
So I'm
get
also I guess I'm gonna keep this as a topic for next week, so I won't go too heavy into it.
okay.
But like if I was to be any like classic sort of supernatural being, from like Halloween movies and shit like that,
Yep.
I think it's gotta be like a vampire or something, right? Like
Yep.
they've got the best vibe because they look slick. Like they have these incredibly stylish camp like looks about them,
Yep.
and they just live forever. They
That's
just
what we
they
could
just
do
vibe.
next week. We can go through the list of classical horror villains and assess
Oh
what
God,
life would be
please can we
like
do
if
that?
to them. Yeah.
Please, let's do that next week. I love one of my favorite things is like fucking classic monsters and shit,
Yeah,
like Frankenstein and all that shit. They're so funny. They're so good. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Though. We'll talk about that next week. Um, God, we have been going for a while, haven't we? We go for about an hour now.
exactly.
I completely just lost track of time talking about ghosts.
They're spooky. Where'd you get
They
time
are
go?
spooky. They are scary. They are skeletons.
Well,
And
you'd
we
be a
love them.
skeleton given the choice.
Absolutely. I fucking love skeletons, dude. Skeletons in like in games, especially. I bloody love skeletons in games.
Yeah,
I bloody love skeletons in games. Like if I can get skeletons on my side or be one, like when I played Divinity, I was a skeleton immediately.
yeah.
As soon as it was like, yo, you have the option to be a fucking bony dude, I'm like, hell yes. Like they're cool as fuck. There's something just cool about a skeleton.
I guess.
Like,
I don't see it. But on the other end, I'm not scared of skeletons. I never thought they were particularly spooky.
I don't find them scary, but like, I find them cool. Like a chattering skull, like
No, I know that, but like, I imagine the reason why they're so ingrained in horror is because somebody found them scary at some point.
yeah. I mean, I base my personality off a chattering skull. That's my that's that's what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to be that in most people's lives, you know. Like they walk into the living room and it's just oh, he's off again. Like, the
There he
skull's
is.
going again. Doesn't stop laughing for like an hour. Like, yeah, all right.
Speaking of spooky things and ghosts, however, are we going to be streaming that spooky ghost game anytime soon?
Yes. We need to figure out when we want to do it. Because I'm absolutely down for it.
Yeah,
I'd like it to be on, I don't know,
I'm
like
terrified.
I'd like it to be a spooky time. Because here's the thing: is I'm definitely going to play it on Halloween.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm wondering if you would want to play it beforehand as well as on Halloween.
yeah. I probably want to do it before Halloween because I'm probably going to be spending time with Laura on Halloween. Like probably watching a film.
That sounds lovely. It's nice that you have loved ones. Not very jealous at all. Yeah, we'll do it soon. I mean, we can do it tomorrow if you want. We can do it sometime. I guess we could figure it out. Since this podcast won't go live
Until Tuesday.
like until Tuesday. Tuesdays 6 p.m. By the way, new
Yeah,
time. Um, if we do it tomorrow, then no one will know. So maybe we do it next week.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, but we'll keep you posted on the official Twitter account
exactly.
D4C Pod. We'll let you know when we go live on there.
Hell yeah.
I'll also let you know on my individual thing, Gary, probably on yours as well, your
Yep.
original Twitter page.
I'm going to be
Um,
terrified.
it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I am actually tempted to set up my VR and do it in VR.
You're a braver man than me.
Yeah, because it does look kind of creepy. There's a lot there's a lot of stuff to it, but we'll let you guys know when we play it. Other than that, you wanna give your shout outs, Gary? Let's swap roles this time.
Yep. So you can find me under a tree. No. So on Twitter, it's Statue Ubi or D4C Pod, obviously. As always, I'm on comicbookresources.com, writing articles about superheroes. I've got two in the pipeline. One, I don't know if I could talk about what they're about until before they go live, but anyway, one of them's real good. I mean, they're both good. One's about a story that I love, called Annihilation. Not the film that was released on Netflix. It's a Marvel thing. What else am I doing? Nothing else, I don't think. Yeah, it's just this podcast and writing articles and working. That's my life. How about you, Jim?
Hey, we love it though. We love it. We vibe. Um, yeah. So me, you can get me at Jimothy TV on Twitter. Twitch.tv/JimothyZ. That's where we'll be streaming Phasmophobia at some point soon, probably this week,
Hear
probably
ye.
tomorrow. I don't even know. Sometime. Yeah, you can catch me on there on both of those. Obviously, D4C Pod as well. Don't forget we have a Twitter account now. We're just getting it going. We're kind of like a couple of old men that have been doing this for a little while, and then actually realized, hang on, we should probably do this and this.
Yep.
So we're getting all the stuff up on YouTube as well. Just search for Desperate for Content on YouTube if that's your preferred method of listening.
Yep.
You get us on Spotify, you get us on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your pods, any
Anyway,
good pod service. I'm pretty sure we're on
your
them all.
local pod dealer, he'll have us.
Yeah. Just call up the plug, get a 20 bag and the latest episode of Desperate for Content. That's we should do that. We should. Can we get in touch with some dealers and put a little link to like our podcast in with every bag? That's some smart business acumen, considering the topics we talk about.
We only make big moves around here. So
Yeah. If you want to get high and listen to us chat shit about ghosts for an hour, that's where to go.
absolutely.
But yeah, we'll tell you guys when we get the shit sorted for the stream.
Cool.
Other than that, yo, have yourselves a lovely weekend. Have yourselves a lovely week. Even it's going to be Tuesday when this comes out.
Yep.
I hope things are going well. We're in the past right now. Things are all right. So hopefully they're all good on Tuesday.
They should be.
They should be. All right. Yeah, Gary. Any last words? Any final thoughts?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, dude. Merry fucking Christmas. And a happy New Year. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.